Hello and welcome to another episode of The Nonsense Review. I am your host, Devon, as always, and as always, Rick will be joining me.
Hello there, hello there, blah, 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 blah. Hello there, hello there.
Okay then, that was a way to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I got tripped up over the word fucking hello. That's
It's a sign of things to come.
I'm not going to say it's a first, but yeah.
Alright. Now, if you've watched the podcast before, you know the drill by now, but in case this is your very first time watching, we usually go over our weeks or interesting things that happened in the week before moving on to the main course, as it were. So, to that end, Rick, how has your week been, buddy?
Well, there's a couple of things that have happened very recently. So it's no secret that we're recording this on the day of the release of the thing that we're doing, that being the Wednesday. And last night we got some news that Kiryu Koko, the incomparable hard-working lady that we referenced last week, is retiring from Hololive. She's graduating on the 1st of July, and a lot of her fans, including me, are really sad. And that's pretty much as far as I'm going to go into that, because if you're down the rabbit hole, then you're probably weeping with me, and if you're not in the rabbit hole, then you're probably just waiting for me to stop talking.
Even I'm lamenting a little bit, because as you mentioned just last week, we had that little bit at the end where I was like, hey, if we were going to have a Hololive member, well, not even Hololive, VTuber in general, on the podcast, I would love for it to be Coco.
Oh, yeah. So here's the weird thing, that because she's graduating, she's not going to stop existing as a human being, just she's not going to be working for Hololive no more. So she might not have access to the Coco character and the Coco persona, but the human is still going to exist in the world. She's still going to be available to do things, and she might be more receptive to collaborating with random idiot, not us, but you know.
Oh yeah, definitely not us. We're not. Like, it was a hypothetical for a reason.
Oh yeah, totally. The other thing that is that Phantasy Star launched their new update today. The Breath of the Wild / Monster Hunter DLC / overhaul / essentially PSO3.
Grumble, mumble.
Yeah. It's currently still in maintenance, but that's by the by.
I was more grumbling because 96 fucking gigabytes, Rick. At least if you get it from Steam.
Yeah, so when the bugs are ironed out, there'll be a way to get it in like 23 gigs.
Yeah, I'll at least give it a go if that becomes an option. But until then, it can fuck off.
Because otherwise you're saddled with the rest of the old game, which you gave it a damn good try, and you just didn't like it. And I respect that. You gave it a good try. You gave it a fair few hours. You gave it longer than a lot of people give it.
I mean, if you look on Steam, it says I've played it for 9 hours, which isn't nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no doubt at least 3 hours of those are me standing around wondering where the fuck to go.
So yeah, I'm hyped for that when it eventually comes out of maintenance. But yeah, how about you? How has your week been?
My week's been fairly interesting. I'm going to get this thing out the way because it's been a month. It's been on my list for a month, and there's never been a good time to talk about it. Helltaker, the game, had its 1 year anniversary, and out of fucking nowhere, Van Ripper just decided, I'm going to do an anniversary update. Named Exam Taker. Now, I won't dwell too long on it, but hey, guess what? If you've played Helltaker, do Exam Taker. Even if you suck at puzzles and the gameplay, you can skip every single puzzle and still experience the story, and I recommend it because that story, even 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, I don't know, if sense of time has lost all meaning, I still dwell on it and think, wow, that was kind of fucking depressing, to be honest. But depressing in a good way, if that makes sense. Like, bittersweet. Bittersweet's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, bittersweet. Yeah, like, I can understand like a bittersweet aftertaste and like when something is depressing but in a satisfying narrative way.
It also served as he was originally going to release it as a comic because he's been doing his comics on Twitter forever, and he decided, well, fuck it, I'll incorporate it into the game. Which, hey, good news for everybody, because some people don't follow Van Ripper and they don't know what he's been up to. But I'd recommend those comics to anybody who enjoyed the game, or just people who enjoy fluffy, mushy stories in general, because despite the fact that it's about a demon harem, it's sickeningly sweet at points.
I still need to play that game, let's be honest.
Like I said, you don't even need to play it. You can skip every puzzle in the game and just enjoy the story. You won't get any achievements, but who gives a fuck? You still get to experience the story. And considering the game was based on the fucking the dude being like, I like demons in slick suits, and I want more people to draw demons in slick suits. Like, it's I'm surprised how substantial it is.
Well, it's one of those. I've got a fair few rainy day games. That's one of them. Like,
oh, bro, this game doesn't even take an hour.
I know, though. Like, it's the same for a lot of things. Like, a lot of demos for things that I know are really good. So yeah, Undertale is something that's on my rainy day list. I know damn near everything about it because of, the internet, and yet I've still never played it myself. Same thing with Deltarune. I adore everything about that game, and yet still never played it, and it's on my rainy day list.
Oh, dude, Undertale's got a weird place in my heart because I downloaded Undertale a week before I went to Japan. I played the pacifist route. I beat, what's his name? Azrael, the day before I went to Japan, and I was like, cool, I'm going to I did the dumbest thing, I should not have done this. I went, cool, there's clearly I'm going to go through the entire underground and talk to everybody and experience everything, but I'll wait until I get back from Japan. So for a week I was just like, oh, I can't, I'm having so much fun in Japan, but I can't wait to get home and finish Undertale and get all those feel goods.
Yeah, and give Azrael a hug.
And then I played Deltarune straight after, because that's how late I was to playing Undertale.
Yeah. Dude, Deltarune's got some fantastic music.
It has, and a lot of it's just remixes, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, it's remixes in the best way. He's got one major new riff, and it's like the Field of Hopes and Dreams, and it's used like 3 or 4 times during the game. And whenever he remixes it within the game, it's always a fresh new take on it, which is the way that he does things. He makes a few leitmotifs and makes different musical tracks out of them, but still, it makes really good music. Mm-hmm. It's really good from a musical academic standpoint.
I get you, man. Like the composer for Game of Thrones, I forget his name. It's Wirajani or something like that. I really can't recall off the top of my head. He does something very similar where every major house has a theme, a core theme. And whenever a character moment happens, you can always hear hints of that theme within the music that's playing.
Sure.
I'll shit on Game of Thrones all fucking day because that show killed me. Like, the music never took a knock.
Yeah. Didn't season 1 have the biggest music budget, and then they could just recycle a lot of it?
I haven't got a clue about the technical side of things or the budgetary side of things. All I know is that Season 1 had fuck all for a budget in general because they couldn't have battle scenes.
I'm pretty sure that happened in Stargate as well. So in SG-1, they had no budget for special effects in Season 1, but they had a load of music budget. So they got all of the music they could out of the way so they could reuse it throughout the rest of the seasons. And then in the following seasons, they had their special effects. In Season 1, if there was a special effect, it was probably lifted piecemeal from the film.
Well, that's probably the smartest way to do it. Anyway, let's not dwell on that for too long, because I want to move on and crack on with this stuff that's only going to be relevant for this week.
Yep.
I watched the Son of Sam documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
No.
Son of Sam was a serial killer in, I think it was the 80s. Shows how much I paid attention. Yeah, it would have been the 80s or late 70s.
Sure.
Basically, a dude randomly went up to random, lovers' lanes and stuff and just shot people because he felt like it. But the documentary is more dwelling on this guy called Maury, and I'm sorry, I forget his surname. Again, great fucking retention of detail of this documentary I watched. I watched it while playing Animal Crossing, so that didn't help.
Well, fair enough.
But yeah, the dude was convinced that there was a devil-worshipping cult connected to the Son of Sam murderer, and it basically delves into that. It's a very interesting watch. I'd recommend it to anyone who's interested in that sort of shit. Some of the theories presented are a bit out there, like connections to Charles Manson and stuff, which I don't personally think have any ground in reality. But, again, there's interesting points. I'd recommend it to anyone who... I'm repeating myself.
Yes, this is on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah. Netflix continues to roll out the crime documentaries.
Fair enough.
Alright, one last thing I want to talk about before we get into the meat of the episode. I bought a game on sale on Steam. It's called Hot Lava. That game's fun. It's less than a tenner. Buy it. It's a giant game that's just, hey... Do you remember that game you used to play as a kid called The Floor is Lava?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, it's that, but set in a school.
Okay, so like The Floor is Lava originally was.
It's good, it plays well. There was a game I had on my wishlist ages ago, which I bought, which had a similar premise, but it had no controller support, so I was like, well, fuck this. But this game has controller support, and it's fun. 3D platformers are hard to come by.
Yeah, they are, especially good ones.
Yeah.
I remember the days of 3D platformers being the norm, because... It was the early days of transition to 3D, and platformers were the best things that they did in 2D. And I'm like, what do we do in 3D? Well, let's have a platformer, and let's make them collectathons, because fuck it. And that's where we got Banjo-Kazooie from.
It pains me to say it, because the franchise is a franchise I love, but even Spyro is just a collectathon, which, I love that game, but...
Dude, there's nothing wrong with being a collectathon, especially the early ones that were, like, lovingly crafted, because they went from a design philosophy of making levels well to another design philosophy of making levels well. And it was the early days of 3D, so they were trying things that were new. So there was going to be hiccups, but it was going to be done with love.
I get where you're coming from, but like collectathons from a modern perspective just seem lazy. Anyway, let's not get into that debate because we could be here for fucking hours mumbling about that. Rick, what are we doing today?
We are watching episode 1 of Loki. It's released today on Odin's Day.
I was going to say, what are we doing different this time than what we did with what was it? Falcon and Winter Soldier?
We're reviewing the first episode, and we're intending to review the last episode when we think it's coming. It's very Loki-like to pull a sneaky on us and have more than one last episode, but we'll do our best to try and preempt that.
I kind of get what you're saying, but like officially there's 6 episodes, so
yeah, sure.
Like we're gonna keep up to date in the between times. We're going to watch it on our own time, because as much fun as it was doing Falcon and Winter Soldier, at least from my perspective, it was very like, oh, it's Friday. Oh fuck, I've got to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier now immediately as it comes out. Having that pressure lifted is a bit easier.
Like on the one plus side was that there wasn't any time for us to get spoilers.
It's also very true, but we're also going to record the last episode on release day, so it'll be fine.
This is true. But yeah, we urge you, if you're keeping up with us, to also do your homework in between and watch the other episodes in between as they come out, at your leisure.
Do it. Man, we got to do an episode of Disenchantment for this show one day.
Yeah, we totally do.
I haven't watched the most recent series, so...
Right, shall we...
Yeah, let's do that countdown, shall we?
3, 2, 1, and go!
Disney Plus logo. Let's turn this right the fuck down. And put my subtitles on, because I didn't do that beforehand, because I'm a fucking idiot.
New York City.
This is going to be straight after the Endgame moment, isn't it? Where he got away with the Tesseract.
I guess so.
Oh, I mean, here we go. It's showing it right now.
Oh, yep. Hulk's just been fobbed off from getting on the lift.
Yeah. So again, this is 100% still fully evil Loki we're going to be following in this series?
Yep. Oh, yeah, we get to see Ant-Man there.
Yeah.
Just like a tiny little bit. Loki's, the cogs are turning in Loki's head.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those where, like, if this was actual current timeline Loki, first of all, he'd be dead. Second of all, he would have gone through his face turn, as it were.
Yeah, the character development, the heel face turn.
I don't think 4-2's even happened yet in this universe.
No.
So, yeah, this is 4-1 Loki.
Yeah, because beginning of Thor 2, he's in the prison in Asgard after being captured at the end of Avengers 1.
Right. Dude, like, I'm so used to skipping intros on Disney Plus. I fucking reached out and was about to click skip intro, and I was like, oh, wait, podcast note.
I like the little Jade edit they've done on the Marvel Studios logo. It's the stupidest little tiny thing, but I just like how they've edited it to be Jade because of Loki.
It's nice. Little touches add up.
Yeah, totally.
As far as I'm aware, this TV series is going to explore Loki basically fucking with the timeline constantly. That's what it was described to me as.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's going to include the TVA, which is usually a Fantastic Four franchise.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, Fantastic Four is now on the docket for the MCU.
I mean, I'm looking forward to... you can see the Baxter building being built at the end of, I believe it's Endgame.
Yeah.
That got told to me. I didn't spot it myself. By the way, this is in Mongolia. Didn't say a year. Do you reckon he's going to have an encounter with Genghis Khan or something?
I mean, if they really want to be fun with it, he could meet, what's his name, Apocalypse.
They're not going to do that. I think he's more likely to have interactions with historical figures as opposed to other Marvel characters that have yet to be introduced into the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
They don't speak that language. Oh, he did the line. How magical is Loki in this? Because he's not really that been shown to be as magical as he is in the comics in the MCU, has he?
Yeah, he's generically magical. Like, he's got the magic from Frigga.
Yeah, but as far as I'm aware, in the show, the only magic he really uses is that camouflage bullshit where he changes appearance.
Yeah, and like little illusions where he can pop out a
knife when it should be a snake.
A fake, yeah. Or he can pop out a knife, he can pop out a fake version of himself into the distance. He's had his fill of idiots in armoured suits telling him what to do.
To be fair, Iron Man didn't actually tell him what to do. It was more of a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting, Loki's not actually Asgardian, is he?
Nah, he's a frost giant.
That's some anime shit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's such an anime fucking move. Like, I feel like I've seen that move pulled out in like 10 different anime. Of just like, hey, moving in super slow-mo, but everything is happening in real time, so fuck you, I guess.
And now we get the time cops putting their put everything right device down.
It's a bit more sophisticated than the neutralizer they use in Men in Black.
Or so it would seem.
Mm.
It might be a scorched earth. Scorched earth? Scorched earth.
Oh, we just got a scroll. Oh, and we got one of those dickheads.
Yep.
Like, do you know who my dad is? Okay, Loki's a smart dude. Why would he bother doing that again?
Probably to find out why it didn't work the first time. Sounds dumb. Welcome to the fourth dimension.
Oh, I hate it.
It's like a Mr. Gutsy or whatever, isn't it?
That smile is properly disconcerting. Aww.
That creature is going to be a villain.
No, I don't. Oh.
Oh no. Ooh.
Well, there's the fan service in episode 1.
Well, oh, that was a cool costume. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Is that Goose?
I don't think that's Goose. Oh, this was in the trailer. Yo, is it just me or does that look like Bernie Burns?
It does a bit.
Sorry, in case it wasn't clear, in case you don't know who that is, he was formerly one of the... he was a founding member of Rooster Teeth. I don't know what he does now. I know he left. For some reason. Don't know why. A friend of mine told me that, even though I don't personally give a shit about Rooster Teeth that much, if that makes sense.
I didn't know Bernie had left.
Apparently, he left to pursue personal endeavours. I don't fucking know. I really didn't read the article because I really didn't care.
Fair. Fair enough, fair enough.
That's a very good it's a very good nod to certain franchises. I can't, like, there's plenty of times where the sting has been, "Oh, I was a robot all along,"
but I didn't know so. So yeah, there's a lot of Doom bots where Doctor Doom doesn't know that he's not the real Doctor Doom because he's actually a Doom bot. Because Doom bots are so damn good at being Doom.
I'm slightly concerned that Loki didn't know if he was a robot or not, considering all the shit he's gone through to this point.
He's aware of how much shit he's gone through, and he's not entirely sure that he's not been replaced by a robot version of himself, I guess, or whatever. But it turns out he hadn't, so yay.
Yeah, I guess so. Interesting, the subtitle said Minuteman.
Yeah, I guess that's a double nod. That Minutemen were a thing in, like, the American past, but also it's Time Cop.
Mm-hmm. Yo, here's the point where... Sorry, Loki had a burst. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, this is where Loki is different to me or you, because I don't know about you, Rick, but if that was me, I'd be going under and over all those fucking tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, look at this Fortnite shit! Not Fortnite, fuck, Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout, yeah. Well, like the robot with the smiley face earlier, I was like, yeah, that's like a Mr. Gutsy or like a Yes Man or something.
Here's the thing. I don't like Fallout, but I do like Outer Worlds, which is basically Fallout and has the same over-the-top cartoony evil.
Sure. Man, look how 80s those guys look.
I love it.
The sacred timeline.
That one on the right looks a bit like Apocalypse.
Yeah?
It's not, but... So that means the timeline for Endgame, the real one, for the mainline thing, has to happen always.
So it would seem.
Well, because these guys didn't fuck with the Avengers when they were dicking about with time. Oh, yes! They said this was going to have shit to do with the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say that they've not fucked with it yet. And maybe the fact that they have started doing multiverse things and have started creating more timelines is what has created these guys. Like, force them to need to exist from somewhere in the future or whatever.
Man, just as an aside, I'm looking forward to seeing Owen Wilson act again. I don't think I've seen him in a film in fucking years. Well, granted, this isn't a film, but you know.
Man, last time I had Owen Wilson in a film was fucking Cars 3, and he wasn't even on screen in that one.
I think Night in the Museum. Oh, wow, okay. Well, consequences established.
Yep.
Alright, for real though, would you not be the same?
Yeah. Immediately,
Right, there's me ticket.
Start taking it seriously at that moment.
I mean, just like there was this really fun little prank done in Russia of all places, where a dude would walk around with no mask on, and his friend was dressed as a security guard. And as the friend with no mask on walked past, the guy just as a security guard would take out a baton and pretend to beat the shit out of him in front of other people who have no masks. And instantly, they fucking stop, turn around, and when they turn back around, they've got masks on because they're like, I'm not getting beaten up.
Yep.
Wow. I can't do that, but you know.
Wow.
I think my favourite Owen Wilson film is probably, and this isn't a no-brainer, Shanghai Noon.
Yeah.
Fuck off sending me emails while I'm recording a podcast.
Yeah, I love those 2 Shanghai movies. They're really fun.
I've never seen Shanghai Night.
It's worth it.
I'm sure it is. It's one of those weird ones. Hey yo, Chico. Is this meant to be Joan of Arc?
Is that a Microsoft Zune?
Maybe.
Okay, no, it's not.
Sorry, little orphan, fucked up looking girl in a church. My brain's just like, speaking French. It's got to be Joan of Arc, right?
Yep.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it depends how...
El Diablo.
It depends when about in time it is.
That's the problem, innit? France has always been fucking fucked up, overly grandiose churches.
Yeah.
She's got really blue teeth.
Well, it's getting addressed. Oh, mints have been invented.
Have been brought
Kablooey,
back.
blueberry. A devil bearing gifts.
I mean, that's like, these guys are essentially cops, right? And I fucking hate it when people are like, oh, we're not going to get anything from this, and it's like, but it's your fucking job to try anyway. You fucking dick. Like he's your superior. He knows you're not going to get anything, but it's still your job just in case. There's a 0.1% chance. You got to look into it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes even the fact that it has been observed is enough to like create the correct paper chain.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes a negative result is a pertinent result.
Just as important.
The 3 faces on the wall.
Oh, I love how he's still a smarmy cunt. I think he's got a point, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we were talking about this about 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I love the audacity of this prick. See, this is bullshit, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, so what they did was supposed to happen. Oh.
This is what I said earlier, like, the sacred timeline is, hey, the Avengers fuck with time. Loki is rightfully pissed here. There's a reason why people don't like timey-wimey bullshit in comic books. What's he gonna do? He's gonna try and it's not gonna... Yeah, that was so obviously gonna be what happened. I assume it's the bracelet... Not bracelet, necklace thing.
Laufeyson.
I'm not a fan of this organization, by the way. Like, this is a fucked up concept. In a universe where the multiverse exists, three random beings being like, this is the correct timeline, anyone who deviates needs to be destroyed, that's fucked. And it really eliminates the idea of free will as well, which I'm always opposed to that sort of philosophy in any media.
Because it means the illusion of free will is that if you choose the wrong thing, then you get put on a alternative deviation that ends up getting purged.
Malcolm Malkinson. I'm joking, but I think it's not far off from what his name actually is. Oh, that's a cool looking fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. It's a bit like, when they had Nowhere in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But, like, daytime.
So that must all be technology then.
Yeah. Gotta be all tech.
That means Iron Man could come here and have no issues.
Yeah.
Shit, even Cap-Am could fucking put up a fight, considering, like, he's got no magic.
Dude, they even do well against magic as well, so,
Yeah, that's because Vibranium's bullshit. That's fucking interesting. Ah, Mobius. Oh, jeez. I do like the in the trailer. It's a shame they've revealed it in the trailer, but I assume it's going to happen in this episode, where these two characters are going to make a deal. We know that. And Mobius just said, Loki promises something, and Mobius is just like, I've watched you stab people in the back literally 50 times. So why should I trust you?
I've watched you literally stab people literally in the back.
If Loki can have an evil monologue, he will every episode.
Yep.
Maybe twice.
Every minute of every episode. Just excuses to make Loki have sanctimonious evil monologues.
He is, like... That's, very telling, isn't it?
Yeah, trust is for children and dogs, both of which is how he sees Thor.
It's really weird, because Loki is 100% a villain, but I agree with his ideals at the moment. Loki is not physically strong, so I don't know what he was planning to do there other than, like, maybe get him by surprise and do a chokehold. But even then, like, it takes a lot of force to choke out a dude.
I think he wanted to just steal one of his things. Like, he's seen the stick that he's put on the table.
Yeah, but he didn't know he had that until a second ago. This is one of my favourite things in MCU TV shows, at least we've seen so far, and that even, and that is just two characters sitting down and having a conversation.
Because it lets you really get into their heads. That's a bit of a question, actually, isn't it?
That's interesting.
King of what?
Does he want to rule the Earth? Does he just want Asgard? Does he want the universe? Oh, okay, he wants Midgard.
Yeah, so he wants to be king of Midgard.
Oh, he wants everything. Very important, because we know that MCU is moving on to, space stories. The universe at large as opposed to just Earth.
Loki, king of space.
See, now me and Loki are starting to disagree. I'm all for free will, but now it's like, oh no, freedom's not real. It's like, Rick, are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, I'm just kind of paying attention to his little bit of a monologue that he's having.
Is it a monologue when it's clearly a dialogue?
Yeah, but the philosophical bullshit that he's talking.
I get it, but again, when there's a character prompting him to talk via questions, I'd call that a dialogue.
True. It's kind of a prompted monologue in a way.
Well, if you want to get official, if there's two people on screen talking, then that's a dialogue, because there's two people.
Yeah, it's always a dialogue, yeah.
Oh, this would be good.
Yeah, Loki's greatest hits, yeah. Is it going to show the future as well?
Oh, he's still alive, though.
Yep.
He went on to do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the first MCU TV show. Very interesting body language that Loki had there. His legs fidgeting, he did not like that.
Scamp.
This is new, isn't it?
Yeah, this is definitely new.
Fucking Tom Hiddleston loving acting like a fucking James Bond.
I have a bomb.
Is that one of the most awful things you could say on a plane?
Yep.
Why would he say that? Unless he knew someone was watching. Loki's such a fucking smarmy git. Well,
the money's gone.
They were watching. Oh, okay. Okay. So that was literally just him fucking around.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, it was him fucking around when he was still on good terms with Thor and Heimdall.
That's fucked up of them to try and do.
Yeah.
Did he forget that he could do that? Apparently so. Okay, fair enough. I like how much of a child he is, because he is at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still a child. He's, like we say, his character development's been undone. He's reverted back to, like, his second appearance, essentially.
Hmm. Sort of like what you do?
Is he gonna, like, show off that he's actually a frost giant at this point as well?
I don't think he will. God damn, I do like his classic costume, though.
I do really love his green leather coat.
Yeah.
I can live without the helmet, but I know it's iconic.
The helmet is dumb, but it's classic. So I love it. Therefore, I love it because I love dumb shit.
It's like a bloodthirster's head. Like, it looks a bit dumb, but you gotta have it.
He does look better without it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going to show him getting killed by Thanos?
Most likely.
Isn't that the last thing he said to her?
It might be.
Yeah, let's fucking traumatize this dude. Fuck it, right? Again. Traumatize him again for something he's not technically done yet. Jeez.
And it happens again and again and again because it has to, yeah.
It is so rare to see Loki outright be angry.
It loops you, not the furniture.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Because he's thrown the chair and he gets dropped on his ass.
Alright, cool. So the logic they're going for here is if Loki doesn't do all the fucked up shit that he does, all of the at least the original Avengers don't get to, unlock their full potential, as it were.
Yeah, they don't get to go avenging.
having a chat. Why do I have the feeling that Loki might have taken his thing in that little moment?
I mean, it's almost certain that he has. Yeah, so he's going to be... he's invisible somewhere.
He's not invisible, he can't use magic. Remember? But yeah, he's not got his time thing, so he can't just reset him. Yeah, there we go. But he can use that little bit of tech now, which apparently lets him do that.
Yep.
Loki having this power is actually just as problematic as him having his magic.
Yeah. Prune on site. No pruning, no resetting.
And I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled for Easter eggs. Which he's going to try and get, isn't it? Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I comply.
I get it, this is some weird bullshit out of time sort of world. But how the fuck can you not know what a fish is? What the that's a problem.
We actually get a lot of those.
That's a time stone, right, Green?
Yeah, green's time stone. I think, yellow is the soul stone?
I think red is reality. No, yellow can't be soul, because that's the one in vision.
Oh yeah, yellow's vision.
Listen, we know what the Infinity Stones are, but we we can't name you specific ones to colour, because, you know...
Yeah.
We're nerds, but we're not super nerds.
The Chaos Emeralds just are those colours.
Yeah, but the Chaos Emeralds ain't named fucking different things, are they?
Well, apart from the Grey Emerald.
I'm not fucking talking about this.
And the Master Emerald.
No, stop it.
He.
It really is, and it looked like she was about to just do it out of spite then.
Yeah, she definitely was. I do not forgive you.
I think he's going to be tempted to help out Mobius just based on the fact he now has access to a bunch of Infinity Stones if he... Actually, I think they're called gems, aren't they?
Yeah.
Infinity Gems? No, it all sounds wrong.
No, I think it's Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
still.
so do I. But gems sounds like it might have made more sense, but then I said it out loud and it sounded wrong. So,
Yeah, I think it's stones, because they even, they talk about the Mind Stone and all that.
Yep, you're right.
So now he's going to go... Now he's going to get a crash course on his character development, I guess, look.
I mean, shit, we saw how hard this hit him in, at the end of at the beginning of 4-2.
And this, when they're essentially reconciled.
See, this is awkward because I've still not watched 4-3.
It's one of the better ones.
I know it is. It's one of those awkward moments where I've seen too many bits out of context that it'd be a waste for me to see the whole film at this point.
True, fair enough. But, like, there's enough that's not part of best ofs that's worth watching to get the to get context and all that. Plus, you know, it's still a Taika Waititi film.
Mm-hmm. That dude's talented. Is he gonna see his? He's gonna see his death, right?
Got it. Yep. There we are.
You gotta give Loki credit. Like he got close. Man, I think the best part of that moment was Thor's instant fucking rage. Dude, that must be fucking surreal.
Watching yourself die, yeah.
Oh, dude, that would break me.
Man, the worst thing is that's basically watching his finest hour fail.
I don't know, man. Him helping out in 4-3 was probably more significant.
True. Yeah, when he appears with the big old ship and is able to evacuate the Asgardians. Thing is, now if he rewinds, he's just going to rewind to where he was stood there for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident that Mobius is going to enter at some point. Alright, I guess he is somewhat strong. Oh, okay, that's a way of doing it. How far back has that sent her?
Might be irrelevant.
Well, Okay, well, he's not completely without mercy, I suppose. Oh, he's just going to fuck with her for like 5 minutes, isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, it's so fucking childish. I love it. It's going to break or something, right?
Yep. It's going to get splinters in a wall or something.
It doesn't work like that, does it?
Probably not, but you know.
Now's not the time, bro. Yeah. He's lucky that those other two people who look like they were important were there, otherwise he was probably going to get a punch.
And a very deserved one.
Yeah, man, not the time.
Man, they've done a very good job of making these Minecraft torches look threatening, because we know that one touch is...
I don't think the one he's holding is going to be one-touch death, because we know he doesn't want to actually kill Loki.
No, I think he's just using it as a threatening device rather than a killer.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like fucking, what is it, Star Trek, set faces to stun or whatever.
Yeah.
He just called himself weak.
Mm-hmm. Well, he knows he's weak compared to, like, Thor, which is like his closest analog in terms of his experience. Like, he's never won a battle of arms and never lost a battle of wits.
That's fucking bullshit, but okay. But then again, I suppose those 3 fucking Time Lords, that's not what they're called, but they're basically Eternals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dead curious who this is going to be.
Possibly going to be another Loki.
I don't think it will be. Okay, well, you got that one. Hats off.
It was either going to be another Loki or another Tony Stark.
Tony Stark would have made less sense.
Yes and no.
I don't know. No, there is no yes and no. It wouldn't have made any goddamn sense because Tony Stark is not a villain. Therefore, you can't have him in the MCU be a villain. Also, they would have had to have paid Robert Downey Jr. and fuck that.
Okay, so he's not a villain against the world, but against a nebulous organization such as this that stops him from seeing his kid.
Yeah, except the thing is, there is no timeline, at least established in the MCU, where Tony Stark, gets separated from that.
Nah. Well, one of the fan ideas for Endgame was that Tony comes back as Kang the Conqueror.
Fuck these guys! Did you hear that? It's not worth the paperwork, so let's not fucking solve this problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Aren't they just going to prune the entire zone as well?
Possibly. Okay, well, the whole area is covered in oil and he had a lantern, so why would you not stop moving at that point?
Yeah.
Man, for highly trained fucking time agents, they're kind of stupid, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hunter U-92 screams. Interesting. There is absolutely no... Oh! You know what? Do you know what would be a pretty good twist on that?
What?
I'm willing to put cash money dollars down on the Loki they're hunting is going to be Femme Loki.
Okay.
Because that's a thing in the comics, and we know we're going to get Lady Thor.
True, but Lady Thor is a different character. It's Jane Foster.
But different universes, and this one's a rogue one.
Okay. Yeah, so it'd be in the multiverse.
Like, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Because I know there's also Kid Loki, which is the one that's got the most potential to be unambiguously heroic.
Certainly, but like we could see from the silhouette that weren't a kid.
True.
But we couldn't see from that it was less right. I think no matter what we get, it's probably not going to be a Loki played by Tom Hiddleston.
And
I'm now secretly, none too secretly, hoping that they're chasing Femme Loki, because that'd be pretty rad.
True enough. Do we know who? What's his name? The other guy that's not been in this episode. Shit. I'm looking like a right Doylem now. Oh well.
I know there's an actor who I'm quite a fan of who I've been told is going to appear in this series, but not for a great amount of time. It might be who you're thinking of. Are you thinking of Richard E. Grant?
Maybe.
Oh, I know Richard E. Grant's going to be in it, but they also said that he wasn't going to be in it for much. So
sure.
I like Richard E. Grant. I think he's pretty decent as an actor.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people will probably shout at me going, that's a fucking understatement. Tara Strong as Miss Minutes!
Yeah, Twilight Sparkle. And Ben 10.
Shut up.
She's one of the Ben 10s.
I'm going to assume the child Ben 10.
Yeah, she's a child Ben 10. I think the adult Ben 10 is Vic Mignogna.
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you.
And I believe this is the end.
Strong/weak first episode, because nothing happened, whereas everything happened.
So yeah, this is the end. There's just credits after this.
I'm glad you could say that, because on mine, it stopped counting how long of the episode was left and how much had passed. So
yeah, mine also decided, we're at 0-0 for the entire episode.
Yeah, very weird. Anyway, I've tabbed out of that.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, it's weird, isn't it? Because as an episode, not a lot happened. But it's the first episode, needs to set stuff up. so therefore everything happened.
Yeah, they're unbagging all the little bags of Lego that the set comes with.
Mm-hmm.
So the bricks are all there now. We've seen other Marvel shows already. We know how they're generally gonna go. You get your setup episodes where you get into the characters, and then things start to happen, and you get a couple of episodes of build up, and then things start really happening.
Well, it's one of those weird things, because with both WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think anyone's going to argue with me when I say everything happened in the last episode.
True. But then again, there were, the middle few episodes had something happening, at least.
Yeah, but it was all little crumbs. Like, there was... I think it's a bit unfair to say it with Falcon and Winter Soldier, because... with Falcon and Winter Soldier, there was always at least one action scene. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Like with Captain Falcon, the first episode was all about looking at the past, having a bit of lament of what has happened in the past, what we have lost. Yeah, there's a bit of action where you get to see him kick Batroc out of the plane, but that's kind of by the by compared to what's about to come and the co-op that they have. So like it's more about remembering the old Cap before they set the scene for the actual passing of the torch, which has actually already happened, but the passing of the torch includes letting go of it and accepting it. And the letting go of it was done a long time ago, and the accepting it is what happens during the show.
Well, it's one of those interesting things. You just mentioned how the first episode was all about the past, and what happened in this episode with Loki.
Yeah, literally, looking at the past. And also a little bit at the future, but also not the future that he's experienced, but also the past for us.
I mean, it's very interesting, isn't it? Because we started as the episode was starting with, hey, this Loki is the Loki where nothing has happened, he's still a dick, bit of a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting how they've forced, it's been I want to say 5-6 movies worth of character development into 5 minutes.
Yeah, they've fast-tracked him some vicarious character development. It's not first-hand, it's definitely second-hand, but he's had something. It's not 100%, but he's had something.
I think it has helped kickstart his character development with the stripping away of any of his abilities, as it were. And yet, I do like how the show has already displayed that stripping away his magical powers, he can still do shit.
He's incredibly resourceful. That's what he is. So it's not the trickery is not just what he does; it's what he is. And being resourceful is what he is. It's not just a thing that he can do. It's a thing that he's always able to do, no matter what power set he's able to access.
Well, you see, when we were children, he knew that I really liked snakes, so he brought to me a snake, and I started petting the snake and cuddling the snake, and that's when he turned back into himself and stabbed me in the ribs.
I'm pretty sure that was ad-libbed as well.
I believe so. I believe it appeared in a top 10 unscripted Marvel Universe moments, which, by the way, I fucking hate those videos. I hate top 10 lists where between every entry, some fucker's got to talk. I get it. You're trying to create content and to make it more unique to you and to try and skirt around fucking copyright claims. You're like, oh, I'm adding to it by talking for a minute while over the clip, and it's like, cool, great, but it's fucking... I just wanted to see the moments.
And also to pad the video to 10 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah. Do you know what one of the fucking moments was in the fucking top 10 unscripted moments?
The blueberry.
No, it wasn't the blueberry, it was Tony Stark just saying the word liar. But it took fucking a minute to do because the fucker was talking. It's like, piss off. You don't own the rights to the footage, and therefore you're trying to make it look like you're adding to it by talking over it. And yeah, I know we're kind of skirting close to the board with our My Little Pony video that we uploaded, but I still maintain that the amount of editing we did to it was enough to make that unwatchable. But, you know, whatever.
That's fine.
Fuck you, Hasbro.
It's now got the grease mark over it, you can't see anything.
I wish to retract my comment of fuck you, Hasbro.
Tenderly caress you, Hasbro.
Dude, you saying that's just reminded me of a really funny fucking Reddit exchange.
Oh?
There was a comic of, this is what an average man's thought process is whenever he meets a woman. And it's just 6 panels of a guy bumping into 7 different women throughout the day. And every time it's just like, man, I'd fuck her. Man, I'd fuck her. Man, but in his head, obviously. And the top comment, and it was so good. It was, excuse me, I'm a gentleman. I do not think I will fuck you when I meet you. I think I will make love to you when I meet you. And it's just like, oh, that's such a nice guy thing to say, you creep. It's also, like, with any sense of humour, it's over-exaggerating things, you know? When I'm at work, it's one of those weird things, like, I don't know if you find this, Rick, but when I'm at work, my brain works a lot differently when I'm not at work.
I feel you.
When I'm at work and I bump into someone at work, and they might be the most attractive person in the world, but do you know what the first thought that goes through my head is?
What am I going to have to do in a professional capacity to get this person to go away?
Like, alright, I was going to say, please don't ask me anything, but that's pretty much what you said.
Yeah.
That's like, fuck, man,
How do I deal with you? And by deal with you, I mean go away.
Dude, I'm so glad thought crime isn't prosecutable, because the amount of times at work where I've just wanted to drop kick a child.
I mean, if it means a child falls over, then that's going to get a laugh out of me.
I'm pretty sure if I drop kicked a child, the child would die. Well, that's rather fucking morbid turn, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Dude, it's a viewpoint which I'm not a parent. I probably won't be anytime soon. It's a viewpoint I find myself agreeing with more and more is, hey, if you can't get your child to shut the fuck up when you're in public, you probably shouldn't have a child.
But by the same token, like, you can't physically wire the child's mouth shut.
No, but you can fucking teach them to, hey, not scream and throw a fucking tantrum because you're not buying them some cookies.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, if, like, a child has a toothache or some shit and is in pain and is therefore vocalising that they're in pain, alright, granted, that's still annoying as fuck, but I'm not going to be fucking salty over it. But when a child throws a bitch fit that you can hear all the way on the other side of the store because you said no to a pack of cookies, fuck you don't know how to parent.
Well, then again, like, maybe they do need to get the tanty out of the system. They might need to learn that the tanty has no effect at least once.
Yeah, maybe so, but, children throw tantrums all the fucking time, at the house and outside the house. If you curb it in the house, they should be able to, it should then translate to being curbable outside the house. And when I say curbable, I don't mean curb stomp them, I mean teach them that tantrums don't fucking work, and that all that you attain by throwing a tantrum is you look silly.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Like, again, similar to you, I don't have children, and it's probably going to be a while, if at all, before I ever have any. But I do feel like the number one way to deal with a tanty is to mock the child.
Okay.
By having an additional tanty right in front of them to show them how ridiculous they're being.
You see, that sounds funny. That sounds hilarious. The visual that's conjuring is great. However, I think the actual way to deal with it is to teach them, hey, listen, buddy. Oh, fuck. Throwing a tantrum doesn't work. Why? You should probably... Okay, this is how I envision it. And again, I'm not a parent, and I'm probably living in La La Land. You mock me if you will if you have children. I don't give a fuck. But the actual ideal way of dealing with it is probably waiting for the tantrum to end. And once the tantrum ends, you ask, why did you throw the tantrum? When they explain it, you go, okay, that's your opportunity to explain why reacting in that way to the scenario is not the way to go about things. And, you know, granted, tantrums could be thrown for various reasons, but if the reason is I want the thing and you're not giving me the thing, having a adult conversation, I know they're children and therefore you're expected to not treat them like adults, but hey, treat them like adults every now and again, where you just explain, if you want the thing and I say you can't have the thing, there's a reason why I'm telling you not to have the thing. If, for example, the thing is, hey, I want 10 cookies, the reason you can't have 10 cookies is because you will be sick. You don't realise you'll be sick because you're a dumb child. Don't say that part out loud.
Then again, mocking a child is the kind of thing I can just see someone like Jim Carrey doing it in a role.
If it's in a film for the sake of comedy, then yeah, sure. But as an actual viable solution, it's probably not the best one. Anyway, great parenting advice from two single people who are probably never going to be not single.
Similarly, mock the child for having a shit in its trousers. There we go.
Right, okay, and on that bombshell, hopefully next week we'll resume to normal bullshittery, as it were. But for now, it's going to be a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.